Um, 8 kids.
Mm-hmm.
Toby, Patty.
We wanted lots of kids.
You wanted lots of kids. There's a pattern to the births.
Yes.
Now, the first one, it sounds like, was just accidental.
First?
No, not accidental. I mean, as in the pattern.
Yes.
So you have Toby.
Yeah.
And then you have Patty almost a year later.
Mm-hmm.
To almost, I mean, within a week.
Yes.
Or within 2 weeks, actually. Now, 5
She
years...
was early.
She was early?
On top of everything else.
Was she?
I never had an early. I had late and I had on time. Yeah.
She was early.
I got witnesses. They're not all dead.
They're not all, yeah. So, well, there's no doubt she's a Tobin.
Oh.
No doubt. So
she
then,
looks just like...
Yeah.
Oh.
So then you had Rissa, or Iris,
Yes.
in 1949, and then in May of 1949. And then a year later, in May 1st of 1950, you had Lori.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's another 5-year gap, or actually it's a 4-year gap, excuse me. So there's a 4...
I had a plan.
Yeah, so then I see Marcy, so then Marcy is born in 1945 in August, and then a year later, you've got Daniel in 1955 in October. Mm-hmm. So you've got, and then this continues with...
2 by 2.
Yeah. So, and there's about a 4 or 5 year gap between each grouping of kids.
I can tell you.
Tell me.
Well, Toby, Patty was a surprise, and that worked out. So I saw, and time was going by, so I said, oh gosh, I want some more kids.
Yeah.
So we planned Rissa. And once I had Rissa, I said to myself, oh, I'm all out of shape. And we put kids in playpens in those days. It's really a sin when you think about it. You didn't have them crawling around on the floor. They'd get dirty. And there were germs. And they were, So that's the way Toby and Patty in the playpen.
Uh-huh.
And so we had put everything away, the high chair, and I want more kids. So we planned Rissa, and then she got here, and then I'm all out of shape, and I think, a little friend for Rissa in the playpen. And they can amuse themselves and 2 at a time. Why not? I'm all out of shape. So then the 4 years goes by, and we still want more kids.
Uh-huh.
But I was getting my figure back, and then it took a little while, and then, let's have some more. So then Marcy was planned. And same thing. I said, let's throw a kid in with Marcy, so there was Daniel. But by that time, on top of everything else, we were hoping for another boy.
Oh.
Because there was a whole raft of girls now.
Right.
And I had reserved the name Daniel. See, the rest of the family is producing like mad.
Right.
And there were a boy, Tim was born, and Dawson, Bill Dawson, I think, Laurie's age. And so now we wanted a boy, so there were going to be more anyway. And so lo and behold, Daniel, I remember Fitzmaurice waking me up, and you've got your boy. You've got your, and I remember smiling from ear to, he said, you just smiled from ear to ear and went right back to sleep. And so, but Tom and Peter were sort of little surprises, but I didn't care.
Yeah.
We wanted 6, and so there were a few more. Who cared?
So you wanted 6 and you had 8.
Yeah.
But there were other, like, I was told that there were...
Oh, miscarriages, yeah.
13 you had...
No.
No, not 13 miscarriages. I mean, you had 8 kids, but tried 13 times, is that...
Oh, no.
Were there 5?
We were just busy, dear.
Oh.
And they just miscarried.
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere in between those guys. As a matter of fact, there wouldn't have been time for Marcy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we figured that out. You do the 9 months and this and that. Yeah, we were busy, dear.
And that was pretty common up in the hill, though, to have...
Whatever.
Everyone had big families.
Yeah, we liked kids, and I guess everybody else did. No one seemed too disappointed, I guess. But Daddy was quite a man, to say the least.
Yeah.
So we had him. And then finally, I got to the point that it was a matter of health. I lost another one after Peter.
Oh, really?
And the doctor says, you can't keep doing this because you're ruining your health.
Oh.
And so out came the machinery. Oh. And then that was great. We didn't have to worry about a thing. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Oh, God, this is all on recording. Oh, please. I keep forgetting.
Oh, don't even think about it. Did having 8 kids and growing up, I mean, what kind of challenges did you guys face?
We just did it. I mean, and they grew and we managed, and Daddy did a lot of, was quite the salesman.
Yeah.
He could sell you the Brooklyn Bridge. And we made it. We were frugal.
Yeah.
Clothes were bought at consignment shops right and left, and hand-me-downs all over the place. And we just managed. We looked back with the kids were never deprived, to my mind, and we just made it.
You went on a lot of family trips with the kids?
Yeah.
Camping trips?
When we got educated to going camping, it was a real boon. I had no idea about camping. I thought Boy Scouts, Girl Scouts.
Yeah.
I never belonged to that. But my dear friend, they camped, and they said they were going camping, and we were visiting, and I said, oh, well, we, of course, can't afford vacations. I mean, vacation to me was go to a hotel and take all the kids. Are you kidding?
Yeah.
She says, well, you camp, she said. And she said, you get this little stove, you get a tent, invest a little, you get sleeping. What are sleeping bags? You know, camping, hotel, beds.
Yeah.
You know, a sleeping bag. I never saw one in my life. And she brought our stuff out and showed us, and Daddy and I went, and I love the idea of woods and mountains and all that, but we drive through them. You know? And that's what we did. We invested in it, scratched, and got the proverbial tent, and everybody a sleeping bag. Couldn't get them used.
Yeah.
But and the stove and the lantern, and that was it. And off we went. And they came with us the first time we went. And
showed you the ropes.
Daddy was enterprising. He could figure this and that, and that's it. We got bit by the bug.
Well, I've heard the stories about leaving the house and then forgetting something and having to come back.
It was classic. Drove me bad. As the years went on, I made a list, because everybody, you couldn't be camping and not have an axe, you know, or the cooking stove. You'd have to go out and buy one. You know, those little, I keep doing this, but you've seen them, 2 burners. Yeah. And kerosene or something.
Propane, yeah.
Propane.
Oh, kerosene probably
thing.
back then.
So I always had a list. I'm very organized. And Daddy was not. And the year we forgot the axe, I said, do we have the axe? I was waiting. Oh, well, no. Drive back. And it was got to be a tableau, a little play.
Yes.
The neighbor kids would wave us all goodbye, because we'd take turns with the neighbor kids. And some had been with us, and then I'd taken friends again of the other ones. And we had to leave them, you know. And so they'd wait and see if we'd come back, and then that got to be... I said, we have to come in the alley. I will not go in the front door again in one of those return trips.
Right.